All right. Welcome back. You know what time it is. Fan in the Van podcast time.
Yep.
A lot to discuss.
Well, we'll start off with the Yankees yesterday and the second base.
Listen,
The 10th inning starting man on second base scoring position is straight up bullshit. I'm sorry to say.
no, it's
It's utterly disgusting.
Don't be sorry because it is true. It's ridiculous. I can understand maybe in the 13th inning
Yeah, because boom,
doing it, but
you bunch somebody over the third, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? You go, if a sac fly,
But-
game's over. Come on.
But Gleyber Torres, I'm sorry, I don't care that he was coming up in high
I don't
school
give a
and then in college in the minors that
You
he
make
was
that throw,
he's a
bro.
natural shortstop.
You
That
make
was
that throw.
That was an unnatural shitty throw last night.
And Jay Bruce should have caught that bitch anyway. Fucking LeMay, who was at first, he would have caught that ball.
Well, and that's the issue. You don't have a actual first baseman playing first base with Luke Voigt out. So you either, and you should have honestly had cut Jay Bruce and then
I
had
would've.
Mike Ford,
I would have too.
even though Mike Ford doesn't hit consistently as say maybe Jay Bruce will or could still possibly do, but you don't know till you put Mike
exactly.
Ford up at the
Yep.
plate. Mike Ford's got all the talent.
Mhm.
Just give him the chance.
Yep. And he's a lefty too, so.
But you know, again, what the hell do we know? We just watch the team every week, every night, and you can't even put this loss on Chad Green. Chad Green went out there and did what he had to do.
He did.
You can't put this loss on Chapman.
No.
You can't put this loss on even Kyle
It's a
Hishikawa.
stupid fucking goddamn rule, bro.
It's just the
Because-
rules got to change, and
you
I
gotta
think
think about it.
everybody in Major League Baseball, and this is players, because they're not going to listen to us, they're not going to listen to fans. Because why would Rob Manfred do that?
Who knows?
They got to change it somehow. And Joe Torre came out a while back, and he said, "Listen, I like the rule, but not in the 10th."
Like,
He said
come
maybe
on.
the 12th,
I
13th
understand,
inning when
yeah.
it's getting a little out of control, then
We
maybe.
ain't going on 4 hours
But-
and shit, yeah, but nah, it's not
You know,
right.
and not only that snaps like a 12-game home win streak against the Orioles now.
I know, it completely fuck us. And on top of it, like every time you put a guy on second, go in the 15th inning, you're running out of players, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
running
no.
out.
What happens is it's the guy who was the third out in the inning
Yeah.
prior. He's the one who starts at second base when your team's up at bat again. So they're not taking a guy off the bench and just putting him at second base unless he's a position player. You plan on taking out for another position player. Which again, this is
That's what
where
happened yesterday, because Judge was the only one left on the bat yesterday.
yeah. But the issue is, and Judge, we're
the
not
oblique
even
shit, oh, man.
we're not even a full month into the season, and already he's got an oblique injury.
He's dodging
And
balls and shit.
this trainer that they hired is supposed to prevent all this from happening, but it's still happening.
I know.
And everybody's saying, I got to read on Twitter, they should have traded Judge for Max Scherzer when they had the chance.
No.
You know what? I'm starting to fucking kind of lean that way. Kind of starting to lean that way
I don't know, man.
because he can't stay healthy.
You got that, but when he is healthy,
and then when he hits it streaky, when he gets on base, it's streaky. When he hits it streaky, and he seems to always hit a home run when it doesn't matter. It's never in a big spot. It's never in a big moment. It's the A-Rod effect. Come on, let's call it what it is.
You're right. A-Rod.
Call it what it is. I mean, if we're gonna bash the teams we root for, then we have to be honest about it. Can't be like these guys who bash everybody else's team and don't see the issues within your own team. And like even the Mets today, I would love to poll every Mets fan who thinks that Michael Conforto was hit by that pitch today. I didn't get to see the games, unfortunately. I was stuck at shit work. But apparently he was supposedly hit by a pitch that he really wasn't hit by the pitch. I don't know. It's almost like Kennedy. You know, was it the magic bullet? Was it not the magic bullet? You know, was there a gunman on the grassy knoll? I don't know, and I don't know about the Conforto thing. And you know what? Nor do I care. Conforto came out and he said a win's a win. And you want to know what? You're right.
Yo, I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty, bro.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? There it goes.
But listen, I'm not a Met fan, and I don't blame Conforto for coming out and saying afterwards when they said, well, what do you think? He goes, a win's a win.
Yep. And he basically.
And then people are coming out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, this gram,
That Graham.
this book, that book, Facebook, what doesn't matter. And they're all coming out saying that the Mets cheated to get that win today. Okay,
Oh my
first
God.
off, how did the Mets cheat? Are they the umpires now?
I
Was
guess so.
Luis Rojas
I
behind
guess-
the plate?
It might have been.
And Mets fans also too. You gotta stop first game of the year when you actually got to play, and you guys lost, and everybody's already saying, and you know who you are, so I'm not going to name you. Okay, and you're sitting there and you're like, fire Rojas, trade this guy, deplete the whole team.
It's the first game.
It's the first game of 162, and you guys are out there on all over social media. Rojas needs to go. This guy, and listen, I understand when your best pitcher's on the mound and you take him out after 77 pitches. It makes no sense. But what you don't grasp, and what we really should start grasping as fans, whether you're knowledgeable or a complete friggin' moron, is the manager lives and dies by his decision. Luis Rojas died with that decision. I wouldn't have taken DeGrom out at 77 pitches when we know DeGrom, like Garrett Cole, his velocity only goes up as the game goes on.
Garrett Cole the other day, baby.
And as you can see, yeah, Coltrane, that's right.
I didn't wear mine, my shirt, but whatever. Garrett Cole, 13 Ks.
But this is something where whether you root for the Yankees, the Mets, Braves, whatever, you can't jump off the bridge after one game. After one game. I mean, Boston Red Sox fans are flipping out because they lost to the Orioles. And you want to know what?
So do we.
You suck. You suck. And you shouldn't have lost to the Orioles. But guess what? There's games in any sport where...
It's called an upset. Shit happens, bro.
Where the underdog team is going to surprise you. It happens.
It happened yesterday.
It happens in any sport. It happens in football all the time.
Yankees right now, what, like 500, 3-3 or some shit like that?
They're a 300 team, tied for like bottom of the barrel with Boston, and and we got to play Tampa and I don't see Judge playing more than 1 or 2 games in that series either.
We'll see.
Because he doesn't handle well to the turf.
I'm not really worried about the Yankee season right now because of 3-3. I'm not really worried about it yet.
I mean,
until it was 75 games, until All-Star break, and we're still 500, I'm gonna start scratching my fucking head back.
There's no way the Yankees are going to be 500 going into the All-Star break. If they are, the reasons will be injuries, poor pitching performance.
Yep.
And Talion didn't look too bad last night. I mean, he only went 5 innings.
You gave those 2 bombs, 2 solos.
But it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
I mean, and Yankees fans could have booed the ever-living shit out of him. They applauded him.
Yeah. No, he did good. Come back from 2 Tommy John surgeries. Think about it. Gave up 2 solos.
I think that trade's going to pan out for us. And it's funny because because obviously he was on the Pirates, and Pirates fans all over Twitter are like, when's this team going to compete? When are they going to compete? They have a decent stadium in Pittsburgh. They have a decent fan base, but when are they really going to compete instead of just trading everybody away and then tanking for #1 picks all the time? I get Houston did it for years, to get everybody they got.
But they're good now.
I get all that, but it only works for certain teams. It doesn't work for every team. Like the Moneyball effect. It may work for the Oakland Athletics, but it doesn't work for teams like the Yankees who are expected to win all the time. Exactly. You can't play that. You can't play a Moneyball type atmosphere within New York, Philadelphia, Boston, even in Florida. They pretty much do it, and you see the difference between the Rays, where they lost Blake Snell, and here's Tyler Glass now, who now is freaking like unhittable. I know. And then here's what's going to happen: they'll give him an extension, and then they'll trade him.
Yeah.
This is what happens. But see, Tampa's built such a good farm system that the next man up literally is the next man up, who is just as good as the guy that just left.
Got that right. I've been over still about that.
It's comical how, and fire Rojas, get rid of this guy, just trade DeGrom now, and not only that, and then you hear
trade DeGrom now. Why one bad performance?
And then it wasn't even a bad performance.
It wasn't a good one.
Regardless, 77 pitches, you don't take the guy out.
What inning was it?
I don't even remember. I didn't watch the game. Come on. Come on, it was probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm stuck slinging parts at work. But you gotta it's one game, and then they won today, and they got they got whooped yesterday
by the Phillies. Yeah.
Okay.
But they beat the Phillies the day before that too. Wish the Phillies were on.
Bottom line is this is the beginning of the year. And the team has to build a chemistry, and you can say, oh, well, they play in spring training. Yeah, but they play for like 2-3 innings, and then they're out for the bottom of the barrel, guys.
I know.
And you can't tell me that you're going to build a consistent chemistry doing that in spring training.
No.
It's not going to happen. So you don't see me jumping off the ledge because the Yankees are 3-3. I mean, I'm sitting there pissed about the loss last night, but I'm not blaming anybody on the team.
I'm blaming that fucking rule.
But one thing you can nitpick at is when you only score 3 runs, but you had 13 to 15 hits. That is where you can say, out of those hits, we should have had at least 7, 8 runs.
In 9th inning, we had 2 runs, 13 hits. Remember, 12 hits, I think.
But and having Hicks hitting the 3. Listen, Hicks to me is either 6 or 7. He's got to be the 6th or the 7th hitter, and he cannot be in the 3 hole.
I don't know.
Literally, your batting rotation should be as this.
LeMahieu, Judge, then I would put.
I would put Stanton 3rd.
No, I was putting 4th. I would Gleyber 3rd.
I would put Gleyber 5th.
Why 5th?
Why 5th? Because he ain't hitting too damn good either. I'm better off putting Gio Urshela at 3rd and then let Stanton hit 4th.
I would have Gio hit 5th. I don't know. Hey.
But why put Sanchez 3rd?
Sanchez 8.
Well, I mean, but this is the issue with the Yankee lineup, is that you have speed, you have power, and you have contact hitting. And it's so hard to split it all up. Plus the fact that you have only a guy who can only hit, and that's Stanton, who clogs one position only. But did you see the video yesterday before the game? Who was playing first base in practice?
Stanton. Nope. Oh. Fuck, Gary Sanchez.
Yep. It's gonna happen.
Is that knee? I'm telling you.
It's going to happen. Eventually, the Yankees are going to have to do what the Twins did with Joe Mauer, and you're going to have to convert him to a first baseman. If you want to prolong his career, this is what you got to do. And it's better to do it now than later.
I know, because that Jay Bruce shit is fucking nuts.
Jay Bruce is not a first baseman. And you could, and again, you could say, you know, guys, you know, he never played first. He's learning as he goes. Listen, in New York, that don't fly.
That's the thing about
that
New York,
don't fly, because that gets put under the microscope to no end. It gets put under the microscope because now it's like, what were the Yankees thinking in putting Jay Bruce at first base? He's a defensive liability. Well, last night in a big spot, it proved it. And you gotta get in front of that ball, dude. Come on, man. The fact that the ball's coming this way and he's leaning this way, but he's putting his glove here. See, if Sanchez was there, he would have blocked it like he was a catcher. And that ball ain't going into the dugout.
That right there, man. Fuck.
No, it's not going into the dugout. But the Yankees got to capitalize when they got guys on base too.
I know.
Like honestly, we should. I mean, if we were gonna lose like that, might as well not have had Kyle Ichikawa hit that single to bring Tyler Wade in.
Exactly.
And tie it up. It just got everybody's hopes up. So everybody's hopes are here now. And then here we go, bottom of the 11th. And here we go. And then here we go. Brought back down to earth. It is what it is. Watching Yankees baseball is like watching Steeler football.
It's fucking stressful.
It's very stressful. It's agita filled.
Especially at home, man.
Yeah.
It fucking blows, bro.
And now we gotta play. And now we gotta play Tampa, and we pretty much have to sweep Tampa.
We got to.
You have to sweep Tampa to keep because you want to keep Tampa, Baltimore, Boston, and the Blue Jays down below you.
We got Cole pitching the first day Tampa.
Then Cole pitches Sunday because what they did was
they flopped Cole
and Taillon the night before.
Gotcha.
So actually, last night would have been Cole's start, and the night before would have been Taillon's start. But to have Cole pitch in Tampa, they had to flip him around. I think Cole pitches Sunday because you're gonna have I think you have Kluber tomorrow in the afternoon, which I don't know why they're playing a fucking 3:00 game.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure a way out how to leave early.
I'm probably gonna be at work too, man. Fuck.
Nah, I'm gonna figure out a way to leave early and be.
I'm gonna bring my iPad, watch it on there. Fuck it.
And then Saturday will probably be Domingo Germán.
And then
Sunday should be Cole. Or Montgomery's gonna pitch.
I would definitely put Cole, bro.
Well, I would have Cole pitch the Sunday game.
That's what I'm saying.
I would honestly have. I think it would be Montgomery, Kluber, and then because with this flip flop now they changed the whole friggin' thing around. Now you don't know who's pitching, and I'm not going to check right now. it's just too much work. I do enough of it at work. I don't feel like doing it when I get home.
All I know is, man, I seen the difference between Sanchez behind the plate and Ichikawa behind the plate with Cole pitching. Big difference.
Well, yeah, because it's the chemistry. But again, you're not going to take Sanchez out of the lineup every time Cole's pitching.
No, you could plug him in the DH spot. And then give Stanton a rest or Judge.
Well, yeah, that's what you're gonna. Well, that's what they're gonna have to. That's what they're gonna have to do. But again, Kyle Ichikawa is not a starting catcher. I like the move of bringing him up and not having him sit in the minors.
Yeah.
But again, he can't start every single time Cole's pitching. You have to build that chemistry with Sanchez. I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they got to go out to like a Spanish restaurant, eat some empanadas and some churros or whatever. I don't know. Drink some margaritas, have the wives talk, go out for fucking hair coloring and nails or whatever. But
what do they got to do, man? Get on the same page.
They got to do something. And you know,
Daniel Jones is holding a little private practice and shit in Arizona.
That's what a lot of these guys start doing now.
Hey, DJ, here you go, bro.
That's what a lot of them start doing. Juju's out in Cali working out and doing what he's doing.
Out there with John Ross, Sterling Shepard.
You know, that's what a lot of these guys do. They all get together and they all practice together, and you know.
I just hope this season, man, fucking.
That's what they do in the NFL. But hey, 21 days from today.
What?
Draft.
Oh, it's April 19th.
April 29th.
Oh, it ain't. Oh, it is. It's 29th.
29th, the 30th, and 31st. Yeah.
Why did I say the 19th?
I don't know. You must be thinking. I don't know. What fucking draft you watching on the 19th? Fucking draft of the Pokemons?
Actually, you never know. Yo, I'm addicted to that fucking game.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need a Pikachu or a Charizard in my life.
I got too many of them bitches. But anyway.
But and I can't wait because the draft hats get released tomorrow. So
yeah.
You already know what I'm doing the minute I wake up. And I don't care if I'm a few minutes late to work. I guess I gotta order the draft hats.
Yeah, I was actually like going through it a little bit. Other people's mock drafts and shit, and I was looking through it, and I was really thinking hard. And honestly, bro, like I think Devontae Smith might fall to us too. But Jalen Wilder has the speed. I just don't know.
Well,
I think they'll both be there.
A lot of them. Well, they're talking Jamar Chase going to the Bengals. Because it would reunite them together, and it would give him a comfortable offensive weapon.
But you gotta protect him, though.
But if Penei Sewell's sitting there, well, now what's his face now? Fields, is it tomorrow or sometime next week? Is having another pro day.
You have another one.
And the Niners are going to be there apparently this time. So now the question is it Mac Jones or is it Justin Fields? I already know how my buddy Sal feels about it. He wants Mac Jones. He feels that Ohio State quarterbacks come into the league and they become busts.
I think. And
Dwayne Haskins has kind of proved it so far.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is more like.
He's like a Phillip Rivers
esque type.
With a Roethlisberger build, with a Peyton Manning IQ of football.
Yeah.
Like if you were to mix them all together, you get Mac Jones. And if I'm San Francisco and the route is that you're going to replace Garoppolo, like if you're going to try to trade him off now, before the draft, or even after the draft, okay? Mac Jones has got to be the one. People sitting there saying that they might take Kyle Trask.
No.
Kyle Trask, honestly, I don't think it's drafted in the first round.
No.
Kyle Trask, I think, honestly, sits there and falls to us with like the 58th pick in the second round. And everybody's saying, because now Atlanta's fielding calls for the fourth spot, and everybody's saying, well, Pittsburgh don't trade up to get the fourth pick. And I'm going to explain to you what happens if Pittsburgh wants to trade up to the fourth pick.
You give up everything, bro.
Here's what it is: you're giving up your 24th pick this year. Okay.
Your first round pick next year.
You're giving up the first round draft pick, and they're probably going to want
a second.
And they're going to want and they're going to call and say, hey, we want T.J. Watt or Minka.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Or Juju, and it's not going to happen. And I'm not giving that up to trade up to the fourth pick, and because everybody's saying if you don't trade up to get one of these quarterbacks, then don't draft one at all.
There's good quarterbacks come out every year.
They're looking at Sam Ellering from Texas.
Texas Tech?
No, not Texas Tech.
Texas State? What?
Is it Texas? No, I think it's Oklahoma State. Because there's so many fucking Oklahomas in Texas, but I think it's Oklahoma. It's the same friggin' school that Rudolph went to. And if that's who they're eyeing, don't bother. Don't do it.
Ian Book's fucking his thing.
That's who I would. That's
moving up a little bit too.
That's who.
I haven't heard much about him, but I watched some tape.
That's who, honestly, if he's in the second round, that's who the Steelers should take.
He will be.
So
I think it will be.
If he's there, take him. But everybody's saying the Steelers need to go all offense in this draft. Other Steeler fans are saying we need to go all defense. Here's food for thought. You can have your opinion, but your opinion don't matter when it comes to Colbert, Tomlin, and the rest of the draft board that's going to be there. And they're not going to sit there and go, oh, Jim from Medford said with the 24th pick, we need to take Zaven Collins or Nick Bolton or trade up to the 4th pick. I'm not saying to trade up to the 4th pick because I'm not for giving up draft picks. I'm not for giving up a key piece on my defense to get that 4th pick. Because if you let's just hypothetically say, if you're the Steelers or the Giants, and let's say the Giants were in the same predicament, let's say Eli's still playing, and both teams are in the same predicament, you got to find the heir apparent. You got to find the replacements, right? Let's say you draft that future quarterback, and let's say here comes training camp. Here's preseason game number 1.
Boom.
He goes in and takes a nasty hit, and he can never come back from it.
You'll never.
You just gave up 5 to 10 years of your future
Yep.
on a risk that had no reward. So why bother? Stay away from it.
Exactly. So that's a value. I would stay at the 24th pick. Boom.
That's right, and that's what they're gonna do.
Harris might, that series
Would-
might be, even if it's not.
I could see them
Travis'
trading.
team.
I could see them trading up maybe 4 or 5 spots
Yeah, there's
to
20.
maybe get somebody to kind of scare a team off from.
Well, they did do it for Devin Bush. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but they moved up 7 to get him.
I don't know, but I'm saying that came out of nowhere. But
Well, nobody expected that to happen. I didn't, and hey. Devin Bush is going to be back this season.
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
he's
right.
going to be back
You're
healthier and stronger than ever. And
I forgot about him.
and they're saying that we should, and with the Avery Williamson thing, because he's a free agent. Listen, you bring him back on the cheap. He had to relearn a defense midway through the season, and he didn't live up to the expectation of what he was with the Jets. He wasn't that name that really scared you when he stepped on the field. But if you keep him this year, like on a show me deal, and he builds up his value, you can use him as a trade
pawn,
piece,
exactly.
like the Jets did, to get more draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. But
Sam Darnold
Again.
Sam Darnold, funny as hell in that Carolina uniform. I'm sorry.
the best is the Panthers trolled the Jets and Jets fans with the whole out indefinitely thing, and it's a picture of Darnold like this. And he's got his finger out indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they pretty much sold Bridgewater. You can go seek a trade now.
Yep. And if he doesn't trade nobody, they're gonna
And
battle
you
it out.
know what's going to be funny is if Sam Darnold
Flourishes.
lights it up in Carolina.
Because you gotta think about Robbie Anderson and Sam Darnold before.
Yep. And
Chris McCaffrey back.
and depending on who they draft. See, and this was funny because Joe Douglas came out and he said whoever we draft at quarterback, we have to put weapons around them.
Okay.
I don't put this all on Joe Douglas because he took over a team that was in disarray anyway.
Uh-huh.
But
why do you put the weapons around Sam Darnold?
But you could have did it last year when you had cap money.
Exactly.
You could have did it this year, and you were doing it. But you weren't doing it for Sam Darnold. You were doing it for Darnold's replacement. And when Zach Wilson, or if it's Justin Fields, doesn't live up to the hype, Joe Douglas will now be put in the category like Mike Tannenbaum.
And David Gettleman.
No, I'm talking about Jets GMs.
Oh.
He will be in the category of Tannenbaum, Joe McCagnon, and every other schmuck before them. Mike McCagnon, actually. Mike McCagnon, not Joe McCagnon. I'm getting the Douglas and McCagnon names mixed. So that's where he would be in those perils. And that's somewhere you don't want to be. That's somewhere you don't want to be. That's in friggin' did you ever see the movie Idiocracy? Yeah. That's where he would be. Okay? I made good trade. I got rid of Darnold, but new quarterback not pan out.
Not pan out.
And that's where you're going to be. With Mike Tannenbaum comes out and he trashes all these other moves these GM makes. You're the asshole who gave Mark Sanchez this huge extension.
I know.
And what did he do? Butt fumble. This fumble. That fumble.
Remember that shit?
Like, you failed as a GM. Not only did you fail as a GM with the Jets, and granted, the Jets got to 2 AFC Championship games. Mind you, one of them they got beat by yours truly, the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Regardless of that, they should have actually won more than they actually did.
Mm-hmm.
But because of Mike Tannenbaum was letting this guy walk and this guy go, and then Rex Ryan. This is the knock on Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan is
Rex Ryan is an excellent coach.
Ryan, his brother, the fat twin of him,
the fat twin of him,
Rob Ryan. They are great defensive coordinators because of who their father is and what their father taught them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rex Ryan was a decent head coach for the Jets. Here was my issue with him as the coach. And Jets fans would probably agree was a lot of this.
A lot of yelling too. I know.
Like, pretty much he was the coach version of what Baker Mayfield is.
Super Bowl this year.
And Cleveland Browns fans, and this is comical, is sitting there talking about Tomlin should be fired. Realize this, since 1969, we've had 1, 2, 3 head coaches, okay? Total in franchise history. Cleveland, since 2014, has had 1, 2, 3, 4. So, to Cleveland Browns fans, shut the fuck up. Really, just stop. Just stop. And the Watson thing gets worse and worse. Now one of them came out in defense and saying she was put in a predicament to say what she said, but it's not true. Bottom line is, we discussed this at work earlier today, and I pretty much told everybody I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. Just let them investigate it and don't speak of it. Because
it's fucking bullshit, bro.
Because now his Nike deal suspended.
Yo, man.
So now there's millions lost for him. The NFL is now involved, so they're investigating what they can investigate. Houston PD is investigating what they need to investigate. This thing literally is going to go past the 2021-22 season. Okay, this is going to go past next year's Super Bowl even.
I guarantee they did a show prove it. You ain't going to play a snap for us, you ain't playing a snap for no team this year.
Yeah, but when he's found innocent, if he is innocent, because there was one Instagram message that came out, right? And I really hate talking about it, but if we're going to discuss it, then there was one that came out where the girl, where it was like, oh, you want to meet where I am, or do you want to meet at your house? And I forget how it goes, and then she goes, I would be careful if I were you, because your name's getting out there, and not in a good way. So, again, are these legit authenticated messages being sent from her to him and him responding to her? Or is this something where somebody fabricated it and makes it look like it's from him, but it's not from him? You know, it's just too much of a fucking soap opera. Mm-hmm. And just, you know what, bottom line, keep it off the field.
And honestly, bro,
keep it off the field and keep it out of the world of NFL.
I don't see, like, Deshaun Watson, like, having to do that. Like, you know what I mean? He's a millionaire. He's not an ugly ass motherfucker. Like,
but see, this is the issue when you chase after Instagram hood rats. Yes, Alyssa, I decided to go with your word. I told you I would say it on the next one. My daughter says that they are hood rats. So they are hood rats. Then, you know, you're chasing after Twitter hoes, Facebook skanks, Snapchat sluts. This is what happens. They're all after one thing: dick and money. Mm-hmm. They get the dick, then they want the money.
Yep.
And
they'll pop a whole knife on them.
You fell for it. He might as well have it. If he actually had sex with them, he might as well have. I mean, look at freaking Le'Veon Bell. That guy hoed himself around. He's got seven kids with 6 women.
You're having Paul Pierce?
You know what?
That shit is funny, dude.
You know what? This is how so conservative and pussified ESPN is. Okay? So the guy literally is playing a poker game. Who cares if there were strippers there twerking their asses? Okay?
Well, he said they were saying because he was a smoker.
Who gives a shit?
Exactly, that's what I said.
Who gives a shit?
It's legal in New York.
So what? Do you realize half these retired athletes all smoke?
Exactly.
Whether it's whether it's out of a pen, out of a blunt, whatever it is, they're all doing it.
They couldn't do it while they played in the NFL. You bet your ass they're fucking doing it.
So I don't understand what the big deal is, but and this is why I really don't watch ESPN. Other than listening to the Michael Kay show, and it's not on ESPN, even though it's on ESPN Radio, it's on the Yes Network. That's the reason why I watch it. But you know what? Paul Pierce is going to wind up signing with friggin' like TNT or somebody and get paid big money. Like, you know, see, this is why somebody like Charles Barkley would have never lasted as an analyst for ESPN, or even in any form with ESPN, because it's so friggin' sensitive.
I know he is serious. He's a very serious man. I don't know why. But.
No, No, when it comes to certain things, like him and Shaq will joke around a lot on air. They joke around about a lot of things, but when it's something serious that he knows he's right on, don't argue with that man. Don't argue with Barkley. Don't let that gut fool you. He'll still fuck somebody up.
Oh, I bet you would, man. Charles Barkley, big boy, man.
Speaking of fucking somebody, Mike Tyson was on wrestling last night.
Was he?
Yeah, he was on AEW Dynamite. Even though they were fake punches, still
They look like it hurt.
he was lighting bitches up. Lighting bitches up. Yeah, I'm telling you, for 50-something years old, that man is still in shape.
Yo, John Jones looks like a beast.
Man, he might have wasted his time doing it if UFC don't pay him right.
Dude, he looks like a fucking beast, bro.
Yeah, well, if UFC don't take care of him the way they should, again, we discussed it last time. I don't care about the past friggin' drug tests. Bottom line is this: big name, big fight, big money. That's what you pay him. You mean to tell me you're gonna pay Ngannou like 30-something million, let's say?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, even though we don't know what it's gonna be, because they also get a percentage of the purse or whatever else, right? You mean to tell me you're gonna pay him more than John Jones?
I wouldn't.
And Jones, I'm sorry, even though Ngannou went through everything he's had to go through in life to get to where he is now.
So did Jones.
Listen, all well and good. Jones is the bigger name.
Jones basically, like, besides the bad testing, he is basically the face of the UFC. Yeah. He's undefeated besides the disqualification, not the 12-6 elbow.
And to me,
Undefeated.
And to me, that's the fight that everybody's going to buy the pay-per-view for. You can literally put a shit card together and make that the main event, and everybody will watch the shit fights. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes some of these prelim fights are better than the main event cards themselves.
I hate when the main event cards are the first round knockout, like the one with Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor.
One of the worst ones.
I bought that one. Boom, knockout. Are you fucking kidding me?
One of the worst. I don't think it was UFC. It might have been boxing. And it was years ago. And I think it was Tyson. It was Tyson versus Peter McNeely. And we were trying to figure out who was gonna like where we were gonna go to watch it, and everybody had to chip in money to buy it, because we were all young then still. So we friggin' order it. Actually, no, I think I ordered it myself and watched it at home, and then just got yelled at later for ordering it. But whatever, I didn't give a shit. Like, I listened to those two douchebags. And I'm not talking about you, Dad, because at this point you two were already done with anyway. And he probably would have let me order it, but then he'd take the money from me. So I'm sitting there and I go, oh, well, thank God I ain't waste $70 of my money. Because friggin' Tyson lays him out in like 30 seconds.
What do you?
And talk about it, and even looking back at like that whole thing with Peter McNeely, George, like, I know who you are, but you don't know who I am. And I'm Peter McNeely, and I'm from Boston, and I'm gonna lay you out. Right then and there, you dug your own grave with Tyson, especially just coming out of jail. He was hungry to beat the shit out of somebody. Not like he wasn't knocking people out in the yard.
Yeah.
Okay? Because he probably was.
I don't think anybody was fucking him though.
They probably had to put him in his own friggin' like region of the jail so he wouldn't beat the shit out of anybody.
Exactly.
But
yeah, you say that to Mike Tyson, bro. You're just gonna feel the fire, man. He's gonna come out there swinging.
Oh yeah. But going back to the MLB thing, a lot of these rule changes need to change, and these strike zones, like on both sides of it last night, though, the Yankees got a lot of generous calls, so did Baltimore.
The umping is pathetic, though.
And I think, honestly, because they were even talking about Angel Hernandez, who is the worst umpire in Major League Baseball history, next to friggin' Joe West. Okay, these two literally need to be put out to pasture, old Yellard, friggin' Glock 9 to the back of their head, and just bang bang, put two in the back of your head like a bowling ball, and move the fuck on with life. Okay? They're saying he may be legally blind. Angel Hernandez. And how the hell are you umpiring? Because he literally misses obvious strike calls.
Bro, he calls strikes from the balls. I had to rewind this 4 damn times and be like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
But, you know,
like the one on Hicks.
And when I'm talking, because when I discuss things like this at work, people, you're just saying it because you're a Yankee fan, and if it goes against the Yankees, then, it's this whole thing, like everyone's out to get the Yankee fans. No, because it happens in Angel games, it happens in Athletics games, it happens in Padres games, Blue Jays, Red Sox. Need I go on? Do I have to go through every team? Do I? Or can we just leave it at it's throughout the whole... horrible official... And now the other night, what the hell? It was against the Orioles, right? And they called him safe and he was out. Like, they didn't even overturn it. Something with some play at first.
Oh, yeah,
And he was clearly out. And they called him safe. And then in the replay, they called him safe. Oh, it was with the ball going into the glove.
Oh, yeah, bobbled by fucking...
No, not that. That was last night. They got that one right. The night before with LeMahieu playing first.
Yeah, when it was in... Was it... Yeah. It hit the glove?
Yeah.
That's not the rule.
And even Michael Kay said it. He says as long as it's in the vicinity of the glove, once it reaches this part of the glove,
that's
it's considered. It's considered you have possession, like in football. You have possession of the ball, clearly out. They call them safe. This is what we talk about week in, week out, every minute of every day, whether it's football,
how the fuck you don't know the goddamn
hockey.
rules of this motherfucker? Like, seriously, bro.
And then you have a guy sitting in a room rewatching it, and he says, "Not call him safe."
I'm rewatching it. I'm like, he's clearly out, dude. I'm like, I'm not worried about this
They
shit.
replayed that thing.
Dude, I'm
for
sitting there like this. I'm like, what the fuck?
It literally took 5 to 10 minutes. And they replayed it from every angle possible. Probably even from the hot chick's crotch angle. Okay?
And he was, to me,
sitting
still
behind
safe.
the plate. And he was still out, but they call him safe. It's atrocious. It's atrocious. It's erroneous.
It's everything, man. It's fucking bullshit.
It's erroneous. It's erroneous on all counts. It's erroneous. I can't. You know what? I'm going to apply to be an MLB official because I probably get promoted faster than I do at my job. And probably pays better anyway. So,
Stupid, bro.
I'm just saying. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the Islanders actually got 2 players yesterday from the New Jersey Red Devils.
Yeah, Rangers won't do anything. Rangers won't trade anybody. They'll trade everybody away and get nothing out of it.
Well, with Anders Lee out, man, we had to do
I don't,
something,
and this makes no sense why the Devils would trade within their own division.
I don't know.
It makes no sense at all.
It is what it is, bro.
But hey, they got 2 decent players out of
for real.
it. So
Yep.
listen, I'm a Ranger fan, but you can't knock the Islanders for what they're doing. You can't. I mean, I can, but I choose not to because I really, as being a Ranger fan, they'll go on a hot streak and then they'll suck.
You guys score 8 goals in one game, you know?
Yeah,
like the other
big
day.
whoopity do, and then we get beat by 70 goals. You know, and well, maybe if we played the Flyers every game for the whole season, we'd probably be in first place and only lose, and probably have like the best record in the NHL.
I think we'll play Philly for tomorrow, I think, today actually.
And what the Rangers need to do at this trade deadline is get
a goalie.
A goalie that's good. Because listen, Igor Shesterkin is a decent backup. Alexander Georgiev is a decent backup. Key word, backups. They're not starters.
Yeah.
Because they did good when Lundqvist was out. Okay? When Lundqvist was out, whether it was for rest or one of his many phantom injuries, whatever it was, they were decent. But they're not starters. It's proven. It's proven every single night. I mean, look at some of the easiest goals both of them have given up. And I'm not saying that they can't be starting goalies, but for the Rangers, they're not. And the reason why I say it is because, again, the Rangers are in a big sports market.
New York.
And they are being put under the microscope like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And just when you think Brooklyn's going to go down for the count, right? So Harden's out for 10 days because they're going to reevaluate his hamstring injury.
Yeah,
Here comes the savior.
Kyrie puts up 40 against
Durant is back.
Is he?
Yeah. He's back.
Yo, once all 3 of them on the court.
When you have them, with Aldridge and Griffin playing all at the same time, I'm telling you right now.
Championship.
I'm telling you. I said this at the beginning of the year. I said it at the All-Star break, and I'm telling you again. The Eastern Conference Final Championship does not run through Boston. It does not run through Madison Square Garden.
Of course not.
It doesn't run through Miami. It runs through one borough. Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy all day, do or die.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Debate me if you want. I'll shut it down like Onyx, bitch.
Me and you worked across the street from that bitch for like a month.
I hated that fucking Best Buy.
Me too, yo.
I had to work with that ginger douche too. I couldn't stand him.
God, I couldn't stand him.
But whatever.
Anyway.
But it runs through Brooklyn. Unless all 3 get injured at the same time, then it's done.
That'd be a shit show.
Then it's done. And everybody can sit there and you want to anoint the Lakers to win the championship. When was the last time LeBron played? When's the last time Anthony Davis played? And Drummond still ain't playing yet?
They ain't winning that game at all.
And they're proving to you they can't win without any of those pieces.
That's
really.
And you want to call yourself the GOAT?
You really? So you mean to tell me you're winning a title with Montrezl Harrell? No. You're winning a title with Kyle Kuzma? No. You're winning a title with Dennis Schroeder? No.
Who the fuck is that?
freaking, I don't know, point guard that they got from Oklahoma.
That's funny.
The best was, I was watching highlights at work this morning, and it was showing. I was watching on Instagram because I follow NBA on Instagram. So it showed Donovan Mitchell missed a key free throw, like at a clutch point of the game. So everybody's like, whether you hit or miss, your team daps you up. So Chris Paul went over to kind of dap him up. He's, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, that's funny.
And Chris Paul's looking at him like, motherfucker, what? Like, listen, Chris Paul's just out there showing you love. Don't be a dick like that.
Word.
I get it's a crucial moment, but you know what?
Shit happens.
The Utah Jazz are the surprise team in the league.
I know, bro. I can't believe that.
And I'm not saying they're winning a chip,
But,
but
they're winning. They're beating the teams that have.
They have a legitimate 5 in Rudy Gobert. Donovan Mitchell is who Donovan Mitchell's going to be. They're missing another piece. And it's the same thing in Portland. Like, they're missing another piece. You're not winning it with just Dame and C.J. McCollum.
It's the same shit as the
You're not
fucking
doing
Knicks, bro. Like Julius Randle is our best player. That's it. I'm sorry, it's that.
Yeah, but you have key pieces to come off the bench that fill in fine. You have Emmanuel Quickly, who's pretty decent. But you don't have, again, the issue is the center position. You don't have a legitimate 5. Don't get me wrong. Again, Mitchell Robinson is a decent 5, but he's not healthy. That's the issue. He's always hurt. He's always hurt for one. When he's on the court, he's dominant.
Yep.
But you need that strong center. Like, they don't have another center really after. Taj Gibson is going to be your...
Yeah, no. Sorry, buddy.
No, Taj Gibson is not playing 40 friggin' minutes like he used to back in the day. He's not doing it. He's not a strong 5 at all. He's a mediocre 5 at best. Okay? And they should have went after Andre Drummond. You mean to tell me the Knicks don't have any cap money to have gotten Andre Drummond?
We do.
No. They should have made a strong pitch for him. They didn't, because Andre Drummond, like every other person, let's go build the super team. Let's build the super team. And the super team thing, I think the super team thing ends when Kyrie, KD, Harden, LeBron, Chris Paul, all of them retire. Then I don't think you're going to see. I don't think you're going to see it anymore. I think everybody's just going to be like, oh, you know what, the super team thing, because eventually, like everything else, it's all got to come to an end.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Bulls dynasty.
You know. And even I was discussing it with someone about that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well look what happened." Listen, go watch the 30 for 30 Last Dance, okay? Go watch it, because that the GM wanted Phil Jackson out before that third championship in the second part of the 3-peat.
Yep, and Jordan didn't want to play with nobody, and didn't want to play with no coach besides Phil Jackson.
All right, think about if they didn't break that team up,
that would have been
and Jordan and Pippen stayed, they would have won.
2-3-1.
They would have won. No, they would have won. They would have won 3 after those other 3.
As I said, 2-3-1.
And they'd have 9 titles. And then you mean to tell me we're still going to have this
conversation?
Who's better, Jordan or LeBron? Okay, get the fuck out of here. Because, listen, Jordan can have no championships and still have all the accolades.
You're damn right.
And still be the big name. And he's still the GOAT. He's still the GOAT.
Dude, he always will be, man.
Like that thing I follow on Facebook, this basketball page that I'm on. So they have Wilt Chamberlain at 3. They have LeBron at 2.
What?
So we already know who's number 1.
Where's Kobe?
And I wouldn't be surprised. I think Kobe was like 8th.
What?
Because this is every player from the 50s going up.
Okay, I got it.
If you did just from, let's say
90s.
Let's say from the 90s to the early 2000s, clearly it's Jordan, Kobe, Tim Duncan.
You got Pat Ewing.
Ewing
top 10.
Ewing for me is in the top 10. If you want to discuss in our generation of basketball, Ewing's in the top 10.
Oh yeah, you got Shaq.
I mean, you can't say LeBron isn't.
Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway would be like top 25, but he's not in the top 10. He's like in the 20s.
Yeah, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady.
See, like Tracy McGrady's another one would really only be like maybe 22, 23. Vince Carter would be penalized because he has no rings. So he would be like in the high teens. But you know, hey, Vince Carter played in like every decade.
The mailman.
See, I got Karl Malone. He's in the top 15. Stockton's in the top 15. Charles Barkley's in the top 10.
Oh yeah.
LeBron barely touches the top 10 in our generation, and again, it's because of the two different eras.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Thomas is in the top 10. Dennis Rodman is in the top 15.
Dude, he defense-wise, one of the best defense players I've ever seen.
He was one of the best rebounders
ever seen.
That anybody.
Hey, dude, he will throw bows and everything, bro. He'd be like, no joke.
And, but, you know, I just hate when people try to say that LeBron's better because, well, he beat this record of Jordan's. Again, LeBron could beat every record he wants. But he had to go to other teams to break these records. Mm-hmm. He didn't do it in one city on one team with subpar players around him.
That he made better. No.
That he made better. You mean to tell me you know who Scottie Pippen is if he never went to Chicago? You mean to tell me you know who Scottie Pippen is?
After Jordan, I fucking... Where'd he go to?
Look what happened when Jordan when Jordan retired the first time, okay, and it became Pippen's team. They were decent. Pippen played decent, but they were one and done in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
One and done. Why do you think Jordan came back? Jordan had to come and save the Bulls.
Jordan's like, all right, I'll stop because I'm going to save you guys.
And you can sit there and, you know, Ray Allen can play Jesus Shuttlesworth all he wants, and he got game. But Michael Jordan, when he came back, was the Black Jesus.
Well, he was always Black Jesus. That's like Kobe's always Black Mamba.
And even Ray Allen, he's in the top 15. He's one of the most dangerous three-point shooters after Reggie Miller of our generation.
Yep, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen.
Because nobody was a bigger threat.
Nice
what Steph Curry is now at the three-point line is what Reggie Miller was for us growing up.
Dude, do you have any... I don't know if you remember this game, the Knicks versus the Pacers in the playoffs, man, when Reggie scored like 11 points in 8 seconds?
Yeah. That was the choke.
Yeah, and
when he went to Spike Lee, he's like, oh.
Dude, I'm gonna talk on TV.
That was the best NBA rivalry ever. Spike Lee, Reggie Miller.
Oh my God, they would go at it every time, bro. Spike Lee would be almost on the court.
Vince McMahon missed an opportunity to make millions off that. Could have had them wrestle at WrestleMania. Hell, he had LT wrestle Bam Bam Bigelow back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That made money.
LT.
That made a lot of money, and then after that, they went and shared an 8-ball in the locker room. They did. I'm just saying.
LT and fucking Bruce Smith wrestled that.
You know, but oh God, just what this whole MLB, this whole 10-inning rule, so annoying.
No, it's fucking. Yo, if this shit is not changed by next season, man. Because there's got to be the players are coming together and like say something's got to give.
I think they will. Well, I don't think some actual players will. I think if you get enough relief pitchers, and there's a lot of them in the league.
I know.
If you get a lot of them to come out and say, "Hey, listen, not for nothing, but this rule's fucking retarded."
I know.
You know, like, listen, I didn't put this guy on base. I didn't hit him with a pitch. I didn't give up a hit. Why are we like? It's literally like playing wiffle ball with an automatic hitter or an automatic pitcher.
Yeah, I know.
It's so like, what's next? Like, I could see them doing this. Well, you know what? We'll move it to the 12th inning, but if it goes to the 15th, we'll just start the game with bases loaded and no outs.
Yo, we were talking about that yesterday.
That'll be next. That'll be next. And it's funny to say it now, but watch what happens when it happens.
I know.
Everybody's gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, that guy was right. He saw this before it happened. Fucking genius.
Fucking Nostradamus."
Yeah. Well, if I was black, I'd be Negro-damus. But it's like, I get you want to speed the game up, but what you fail to realize when you try, in any sport, when you try to speed the game up by adding something, you actually slow it down.
You kind of do, because you think about it, both teams start on second. If each one scores a run, boom. Yeah. It can keep on going on that way.
Okay, so let's say, all right, so they score in the top of the 10th. We score in the bottom of the 10th. They scored again in the top of the 11th. Now let's say we scored in the bottom of the 11th. Now they score in the top of the 12th. We score at the top of the 12th. Bottom of the 12th. What are you going to do? Just declare it a tie? Like, I can see that being something too. Oh, well, you know what? After 12 innings, it's just going to be a tie. And ties don't work in baseball.
It doesn't.
It don't work in baseball because it doesn't have a point system the way the NHL does. Yeah. And it doesn't work in the NBA, and it really doesn't work in the NFL either.
Because it does stack
because a tie game
is a half a game.
It hurts you.
But it is a half a game. So if the Giants were 8-7 in a tie, and the Eagles were 8-8, they would have it over us.
Yeah.
Or we, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It counts as half a game, basically.
But it just, I don't like ties in football because, like, let's say you both finish with the same record and you both have a tie. Now it goes to common opponents, and let's say you both beat the same common opponents. Now it goes to, let's say, strength of schedule, or
it goes out point differential or something like that. Yep.
You're screwed. Do away with it. Do away with it. Just stop trying to speed up the game where there's no need. You're never going to speed up baseball. You're never going to speed up hockey. You're never going to speed up football, basketball, cricket, golf, NASCAR, whatever it is. You're never speeding it up.
You just looked at a football.
I remember when they were trying to do a pitch count in baseball. Not a pitch clock.
A pitch clock?
Yeah, and then not only that, they were supposed to eliminate how many times you could step out of the box to do that. Oh, I didn't swing the bat, but I got to tighten my gloves up again, right? And they still didn't. They still don't even enforce that. So why do we have these dumb rules in place? They're not going to be enforced. Oh, other than let's put a guy on second base in the top of the 10th inning.
Fucking stupid as shit, man.
Freaking like, what are we playing a video game here? Baseball?
That's basically what it is, bro. Fucking stupid, man. You bunt a guy over the third, man. Sack fly game.
That's pretty much what happened last night in the bottom of the 11th.
Exactly what fucking happened.
Bunts the guy over the third. They score on. They scored the following freaking. I think it was like a single or whatever it was, or a sacrifice fly. Yep. Scored. But the Yankees should have been able to capitalize.
Yeah, but we had Gio on second. That's why. And well, actually, Gio was on third. He couldn't even make it home.
That's why. Because think about opening day when we had all these opportunities to score with runners in scoring position, and we were like 2 for 12.
Yeah, I know.
They got to capitalize on that
because
you see it whether it's Clint Frazier or Stanton, Hicks, Judge, or whoever it is. It's not really LeMahieu or Gio or Glaber. Sometimes it's Glaber where it's like they want to swing for the fences.
Yeah,
just make contact.
Gio, like in the clutch, he comes through. Sanchez been come through hitting them doubles too sometimes.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. This is the season Sanchez has got to put it all together, and if he does, I'm curious to know where all these Yankee haters all the Sanchez haters are they going to be like, oh, I always knew he could do it?
Bullshit.
Like the Kembe Mutombo. No. Not in my house. Not in my house, because I remember all that was said, and you all said we should have traded this fuck and this, that, and the third. I remember all of it. Trust me, you'll get called out on it. Trust me. Again, I keep the receipts. They're all up here, assholes. But I wonder what the weather's going to be like Sunday, because I'm going to have to bust another video.
Sunday? I think it'd be nice all weekend. Actually, I don't know.
See, I'm sure between now and Sunday, something will... And then I'll get to wear the new draft. No, the draft hat won't be here by then, unless I do overnight shipping and pay like $1 million, and I'm not doing that.
I'll pass on that.
Yeah, I'll go for the free 3 to 9 days.
I would do it if it was on the 9th, like I thought it was.
Yeah, like if the draft was going to be on the 19th, yeah, you better believe I'm paying for that shipping express.
Oh,
like,
why?
Well, you know what? I would have just I would be like, listen, just put it on order. I'm driving to Heinz Field right meow.
I can't wait to go to Pittsburgh this year.
But,
hey,
you know,
fucking yesterday sucked. Happy as hell. The Islanders beat the Capitals the other day. NOT. Actually, a shootout, actually. Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
We had to beat them.
You win in the shootout. Rangers lose in the shootout. It is what it is.
Missed the match, but fuck it, man. As it winds down, though, bro.
Yep. As it winds down, and go relax and watch whatever game's on right now.
Oh yeah, I think the Islanders are playing right now. Well, not right now. About 20 minutes, half hour.
Something like that. So, till the next podcast, audio, video, whatever we decide to just wing together here, which you can find, obviously, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. I could go on through the whole freaking list.
Y'all know.
But I won't. But you already know. And for those who do watch and listen, we appreciate it.
Definitely.
It may go unnoticed, but it's noticed. I'm actually going to make a TikTok where I'll promote more of it, because I already made a Triller account just for it. And I think the TikTok videos, though, I may have to do a little Corvette. Wait, walk like that, wait, talk like that. Just saying, I might have to do it.
I have to break it out.
I got to brush up on it, but you know, I'll do it. I'll be a TikTok influencer, and you can judge me like you do Juju.
Yep.
All right. Until then, mask up, stay safe.
Peace.